anything that is bad for you, or anything that you hear about that is a bad or a terrible or even a horrific just like a horrific menace, right? It's like important for you to know first about, because things don't come to an end until you become disturbed. But then once you become disturbed, isn't it always like, okay, no, all right, like this is important and everything, we got you to this point, now you have to just on the basis of knowing about an ill social ill alone, that's important. But now all like there's also no good or bad or no right or wrong. So it's like coming at you like this: if you don't think that's wrong, then you must agree with that shit, or you must like that shit because you don't think it's bad. See that? But if you know a thing, then okay, now you can go on your crusade and you can, tell everybody a thing or two that you know about what's ailment or what is wrong, or something going on, or something that's like bad. Because it'll be not helpful. That's almost as bad as being successful and can call yourself bootstrapping it. So you can say I bootstrapped it. That's no good either. It's not that nobody wants you to be successful. We just can't have somebody who's come to success and then says I bootstrapped it all. No, I got it myself. Nobody helped me. But this is the thing, right? All those things that you consider to be bad or wrong, you have to come to a place where you know about it so that you can become disturbed, but then you can't go on about being disturbed by this thing. It's something that it's almost like you have you didn't know that you're giving to help out in a way because you know that thing is wrong. So what is going on in between becoming disturbed or knowing about something and being educated to where now it's a tool for alienation or something? But because there's like some outcasts in society that feel maybe they just like they got a message, like some, like God talked to them and then gave them a duty, and then it's like, okay, now it's like because you know a fact or you know a thing or something. But okay, so you ever wonder why like elite would want to put out some information about themselves that connotes really negative and shit, like, oh my God, it's like are you, like, everybody used to know this, but there are a lot of blameless in society that that's on a vibration that is good. So it's good, and it's like I didn't operate very well under the peak of the germ phobia, under the peak of the when everybody says when Corona happened, but we all know that Corona was already happening. It was like 15 years before the coronavirus came out is I stopped taking the flu vaccine. And a lot of people stopped taking the flu vaccine. A lot of them. And so they came up with these like idea, like anti this. We're like, oh, it's just a motherfucker who just stopped taking the flu shot because they think that you're upgrading or updating them on a pathology that is in development. Like, we always felt that they were creating cancer on the road to coming up with AIDS. In the Black community, the conscious community, we considered every single ailment to be a milestone on the road to creating AIDS. That's what we thought. So now what? You're anti-Semitic? Jews are not have anything to do with lowering my T cell counts. I mean, let's hope we never find out. If it is, we still don't know what they did with all the foreskins. I mean, if you want to fucking pick up a street shitter who's down in the dumps that feels marginalized and just tell them that, you know, those Jews suck baby dicks, you know, like it's not that bad off being a street shitter. You know, brush the dirt off your shoulders, you know. Like, it's actually just funny because it involved poopy. Like, just because it's dealing with poopy, it's like, poop. Ooh. You know, it's not a fucking, like, you know, a big deal being a street shitter. You got caught on camera shitting in a fucking planter in the mall or whatever. What are you doing? You're at a party and fucking everybody's bored and the party kind of like slag and moving along like meh. Take a shit on the living room floor. Everybody will run out of the party, but they'll think that was the coolest thing that ever happened and you'll get invited to more parties. It's like, whoa. Oh my God. Do you know that a lot of those parties are thrown by somebody who isn't even there at those parties? If he finds out, you know, who it was that shit and made everybody run out of the party, he'll want to sit down and talk to you, and he'll congratulate, and he'll be like, if you want to come to more parties, you're always welcome. Like, it's like, you know, you're always welcome to anytime you want to show up. It's just wondering the nature, you know, how you meant the shitting. Like, when you showered, how did you mean it? Like, you know, were you trying to be uplifting, or were you just like this guy who throws parties, fuck him, because I'm just throwing my money at these parties. So as long as you shitting in a good natured spirit, then you can come. I'm throwing another party. You're welcome to come by and take a shit on the living room floor like a good boy.